Hi, I'm Vanessa from SpeakEnglishWithVanessa.com. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question? Let's talk about it. Today we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can politely and professionally get someone's attention. If you work in an office where you have to use English or you're planning on doing that in the future, you're probably going to need to ask people questions. And those other people aren't just sitting around waiting for you to ask them questions. Maybe your coworker is working on a project. Maybe your team manager is on the computer doing something else. How can you politely get their attention and let them know you have a question or you want them to help you with something? Let's talk about the first way that you can politely get their attention. The first question I already used at the beginning of this video. It is, excuse me, do you mind if I ask you a quick question? Do you mind if I ask you a quick question? And if they're busy, they'll say, oh, can you come back in 5 minutes? Or if they're not busy, they'll say, sure, go ahead. What's your question? Do you mind if I ask you a quick question? Even if your question isn't so quick, you can try to find a quick way to ask it, or maybe a quick introduction like, when is a good time to talk to you more about this? Because it isn't so quick, but I want to schedule a time when it's convenient for both of us. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question? Excuse me. It's a great way to start it. Let's imagine that you're walking down the hall of your office and you see a coworker and you remember, oh yeah, I want to ask that coworker a question, or I need their advice about something, or maybe they need to approve of something that you're doing. How can you ask them to help you? Well, this is a little more direct. It's still really polite and professional, but slightly more direct because you're not asking, can I ask you a question? You're actually asking the question. You're saying, when you have a moment, if you have a moment, could you look at this report? When you have a moment, could you take a look at my screen? When you have a moment, could you? We can change this slightly. If you have a moment, could you? Or if you have a second, could you help me with this email? I'm not sure exactly how I should respond. Could you? Super polite. It's a little more direct because you're asking the question immediately. But we can use this combined with our first question. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question? And when they say yes, you can say, well, if you have a second, could you take a look at this report? Beautiful. We can use these all together. The third expression is best if you're not talking with your boss. If you're talking with someone who is your coworker, or maybe you're a team manager and you're talking with someone who works under you, this is great to use in those equal or maybe with someone slightly under you. You could say, can I grab you for a moment? Grab here is not physical. You're not grabbing someone, but it just means, can I have your attention for a moment? Can I grab you for a second? And that means I want to ask you a question. It's not going to take long. And because the word grab is slightly less formal, it's still great for business situations, but it's a little more direct. I recommend using this with a coworker or maybe someone on your team. Oh, do you mind? Can I grab you for just a second? Can you look at this? Okay, thanks. Really polite, but best for people who are equal or a little under you. So now it's your turn to use these 3 expressions. In the comments below this video, I want you to try to use 1, 2, or all 3 of these polite, attention-getting expressions. You can use them in a business situation. You can use them with a friend. You can use them in a lot of ways, but I want to let you know that it's great to use professionally. So in the comments, make your own questions, make your own statements, and I'll try my best to give you some feedback. Thanks so much for learning with me, and I'll see you the next time. Bye! The next step is to download my free ebook, 5 Steps to Becoming a Confident English Speaker. I want to help you master English and speak fluently. Feel free to subscribe so that you don't miss new English lessons. Thanks so much for learning with me. Bye!